Alright, CSS battle time, and we have... Oh, interesting. Okay. That's cool. I... I mean, I'm seeing radial gradients. Obviously, this lumpy, you know, curvature um, is going to be a radial gradient that repeats. It's just deciding how I want it to end. Do I just want to throw it in the body and give the body margin? But then I have to do an extra background on the HTML element. I mean, these two dots can totally be another stacked radial gradient. No, it can't. It can't, because if I want those two dots to land here, I feel like the distance from this dot, 168, to 98, so 170 to 100, so 70 pixels, and what's this? 230 to 170, that's 60? Yeah, 60 pixels from center to center. So the next green dots would show up on each edge, wouldn't lap off the edge. So for the spacing that I need for repeating radial gradient, it would be there. So I might need to do an element. What I could do, you know what I could do? I could just do a p tag and have the repeating radial gradient go across, and I might be able to hide it in just the first gradient with using font, because this is going to be a big green circle and then green, and I might be able to do a smaller green color stop after that big one that doesn't show up, and then erase it with font. That should work. Okay, and then we do a little box shadow. We size it like this, and then we do a little box shadow under it. I like that. Let's go with that. I didn't set my timer, and I will of course put in the description whether I do any good at this, whether it works out like I'm hoping, and describe my solution. Without shrinking down the HTML, just using HTML body, I feel like it won't be a winning solution, you know what I'm saying? But that's probably going to be the biggest caveat here. Yeah, that's the way to go. Okay, let's get into our body here. We're selecting the HTML with that first star selector, and then we select the body, and we can overwrite the background that way, and we're going to do a radial gradient. It's going to be 1Q to get our circle shape, and then we're going to do brown, and it's going to be like 100 pixels, and then we are going to do green, and we don't have to put, we don't have to put anything else in there now. Let's see, that looks a little bit big. Let's drop it down to 90. That's cool. Okay, so at least we know this is going to work size-wise, and then we just got to get our repeat background sizing just right, and then our margins right for the body. So the hard part on getting the margin right now, I'm going to put a border on this. Okay, so we can see it margin down. So let's go 50, 60. You know what? It doesn't need to be all the way there on the top and bottom, so 50 is just fine. What is 50 in VH? I forget. All right. I don't need VH. I don't even need to think about reducing that, because this is fine. Okay, and then 100. All right. Let's take our borders off. There we go. Let's size this now. Do the 0 for the position. We're not changing. We're just changing the horizontal size. And so 50 pixels is too small. Let's go 80, 90. We might have to change the size. 120. What do we got going on here? Let's turn off the diff so we can see. Okay, that's actually too far apart. 90. Oh, 80, 70. That looks pretty good. It's just off by a smidge. Okay, let's see if something like 65, 60, 5. It is not. Let's do Q. Sometimes that changes it just enough to make it. They don't seem to want to be. No? Okay. Let's do -1 pixels, or Q. Let's just see if that changes it. No. What I'm doing with this first number, that 4 there, is I'm changing the position. It's getting offset by that much. 4, 5. So if we do like 80, 70, 60, 70, 71, 72. So I'm really just shifting everything over. I don't think it's needed. Shouldn't be needed. Let's change this back to pixels. Usually pixels is the answer. It seems like 70 is our magic number. Okay, let's try 1, 2, 3. -1, 2, -3. I really think this is important. Getting this right. -5. That looks decent. I don't know why it's wanting that when it was like perfectly centered before. Why that's changing. A little worrisome. We'll see if that comes back to bite us later on. Okay, let's select our P tag and let's add it in. I shouldn't need a position fixed. 2 pixels solid. There we go. Okay, so it doesn't have any height or width. Oh, and it's not gonna wanna. Let's move it right here with padding. 50. Oh, it made it huge. Okay, this is okay because we're selecting. Let's go top. Okay, there. So now we have a bar. That's perfect because we did padding top, so it got vertical height, but the paragraph is not stretching full width, which it really should. But we can overwrite this padding to be like 50, 40. There we go. And we should be able to margin it into place. Let's go 30, 20. We have to do padding because let's go 0. Ooh, nope. 10. Ooh, now that's taking over. So, oh man. But if I say margin 0, okay. I'm just thinking like if I use this padding, I want to like use it and not have to do extra bits. Oh, wait. 30. And this can be like 20. Doesn't need to be huge. It just needs to fit. Looks decent. I just want a little bit of a box shadow peeking out below it, you know? Although if the circles were centered, that makes that part of the gradient easier. Position fixed would make this so much easier. And then I wouldn't need this padding top. Okay, we're doing position fixed. We are not fighting with this. Position fixed. There we go. And we'll just margin it down into place. I just don't, I don't have the time to chase this. Okay, 80, drop it 65, and then we want a little bit taller padding, which means we have to drop the margin. 45, 60, 70, yeah, something like that. And then 40, there we go. All right, not quite right. Let's get the border off of it, and we're gonna see what happens. Right now it's got this border, and what I'm thinking is 90 pixels. Let's divide that by 16 and see what we got. I'm not doing the math in my head. 5.625. Lovely. Okay, so if okay, actually this might work. I might not even need an extra color stop. 5.62, that should be enough. Okay, right? And then this is going to be 0, and then we're going to make it like 10 pixels. Okay, so it doesn't show up on this. Our spacing is 70 pixels, so I wonder if this will just work. Font 0, and then single quotes. It turns out you don't need a space if you do that. Nothing's showing up. What happens if I drop this to 60? Still nothing. I'm not, it should be centered. Alright, let's put that border back, make sure we are 2 pixels solid. Okay, it is there. I was hoping that by changing, okay, let's actually make sure, okay, there we go. And okay, I see what's happening now. The whole thing's becoming green because that's the only color stop. So let's do our next color stop. There it is. So we have transparent now, so not the whole thing becomes green. And what we're doing is by setting this to 0, it's only doing brown to 0 pixels now. So it goes, oh, okay, so let's do from 0 to 10, the green. And we get our dots. Our positioning is clearly not quite right. Man, I think I'm gonna do this the easy way right now. There's probably a more clever way, but I'm just gonna hit this with a variable. And then -p, and we are going to say -10q, okay, 20, ooh, we're almost there, 25, 24, 23, okay, and then we're going to drop it by 5q. There we go, 6, 5, 4. Okay, let's pull the border off. We're off by a couple because of that border messing everything up, okay. 21 and 5. There we go. Oh, and then why is our brown circles now not lining up? I'm thinking 70. Oh, I know why. I was testing. I was checking things. Okay, we're good. Right, let's pause that. Okay, yeah, we do need this now more than ever. 30, 35. Oh, now our spacing's wrong. Darn it. All right, you know what we do? We just open this up. There we go. And we hit a slash, and we say 60 pixels. All right, that one needs 60, and that's why. 21. Good. I like that. Hopefully we're not at 99.9 with this, because I don't have time to chase a better solution. Alright, 0, 10 pixels down, and we have a little black mustache. It's not positioned quite right. Let's position a bit better. Needs to be this green color. Let's give it that. That looks a little bit better. We can change our positioning. No problem. 3, 2. Oh boy, this is falling apart now. Ugh. 0.5. Ill. Okay, it's good enough. Hi, Timber. How are you? This is my cat. This is Timber. He's demanding attention right now. He's pretty cuddly. He's a nice cat. He makes friends with everyone, even the neighborhood cats. Oh, that's probably why I had to change the vertical on these, is because I didn't have it centered properly. Okay, let's hit submit. Let's see where we're at. And this really shows kind of, hey, we're at 100. Let's say great. Couple easy ways to fix this. 60 is 15 VW. Yep. Nothing else that's really easy. Okay. It goes to show that sometimes the solution you chase ends up causing more trouble than it's worth, like that padding, because of a position fix to do a box shadow for the line. I think that's where it fell apart. Once you have to do sub pixels, I feel like I went at it the wrong way. Okay, but we got there. It's good enough at 227. That's good enough. Only writing two backgrounds. I wrote 2 backgrounds. Oh well. I could have probably only written 1 background. No, there's my timer. Good timing. All right. Cool. Good stuff. Hope you're having a good day. Bye.